power, blood, and betrayal. 3 things that built the Mexican cartels and 3 things that destroyed them. Today, we're diving into the brutal stories of cartel kings who ruled empires of fear and how they met their violent ends. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because what you're about to hear will make Narcos look like a bedtime story. Ignacio Nacho Coronel Villarreal, the Crystal King. He was called El Rey del Cristal, the King of Crystal Meth. Ignacio Coronel was one of the founding pillars of the Sinaloa cartel, running massive meth operations across Mexico. For years, he moved like a ghost, quiet but untouchable. But in 2010, his empire cracked. The Mexican army tracked him to a mansion in Zapopan, Jalisco. When soldiers surrounded his home, Coronel refused to surrender. He opened fire, and a fierce gun battle erupted inside his luxury house. In the end, the Crystal King fell, riddled with bullets. His reign died the same way it was born, in silence and smoke. Arturo Beltran Leiva, the boss of bosses. Arturo Beltran Leiva once called himself El Jefe de Jefes, the boss of bosses. Known for his lavish parties and brutal executions, Arturo's downfall began when he accused his ally, El Chapo, of betraying him. The split ignited a full-scale war between cartels. In December 2009, Mexican Marines stormed his apartment complex in Cuernavaca. For hours, gunfire echoed through the city. Arturo fought like a cornered lion until grenades and bullets ended his reign. His body, later displayed publicly by soldiers, marked a turning point. The fall of a legend who once believed no bullet could touch him. Antonio Ezequiel Cardenas Guillén, Tony Tormenta. They called him Tony the Storm, and that name fit perfectly. Tony Tormenta, the feared Gulf cartel leader, unleashed chaos wherever he went. He was known for violence so extreme that even rival cartels hesitated to cross his path. But in November 2010, the storm met its end. A 12-hour gun battle tore through Matamoros as hundreds of Mexican Marines clashed with his men. Explosions rocked the streets, helicopters circled above. And when the smoke cleared, Tony lay dead beside his golden AK-47. For a man who lived through fire and fury, dying in a war zone was the only fitting end. Nazario Moreno Gonzalez, El Mas Loco, the craziest one. Nazario Moreno wasn't just a drug lord. He was a self-proclaimed prophet. He founded the Knights Templar cartel and mixed religion with bloodshed, forcing his men to follow a twisted moral code while spreading terror across Michoacán. In 2010, Mexican authorities claimed to have killed him in a shootout. But there was a catch. His body disappeared. For 4 years, rumors said he was alive, hiding, planning. Then, in 2014, the truth exploded again. Nazario resurfaced and was killed a second time in another gunfight with police. El Mas Loco truly lived up to his name, dying twice and leaving behind a legacy of madness and myth. Heriberto Lazcano, El Lazca. Once a soldier, always a killer. Heriberto Lazcano, founder of Los Zetas, turned an elite military unit into one of the most brutal cartels in history. Kidnapping, decapitations, public terror. Lazcano's methods rewrote the rules of violence. But power attracts enemies. In 2012, during a quiet Sunday baseball game in Coahuila, Mexican Marines ambushed him. A brief gunfight ended with Lazcano's death. But the story didn't stop there. Hours later, his body vanished from the morgue, stolen by armed men. To this day, his corpse has never been officially recovered, making his death as mysterious as his rise. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the king who fell twice. No name in the cartel world shines, or burns, brighter than El Chapo. Once worth over $12 billion, he ruled with cunning, tunnels, and bribes that reached deep into government offices. El Chapo escaped prison twice, once hidden in a laundry cart, and again through an underground tunnel straight from his shower. But his luck ran out in 2016 when Mexican Marines raided his hideout in Los Mochis. His final fall came when the U.S. extradited him in 2017. Today, he sits in a high-security prison for life. The king who built tunnels, now trapped behind concrete walls. Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, the godfather of the cartels. Before there were cartels, there was the godfather. Felix Gallardo united Mexico's traffickers under one network in the 1980s. He managed cocaine routes for Pablo Escobar and created the foundation for every modern cartel. But even godfathers bleed. After the brutal murder of DEA agent Kiki Camarena, U.S. and Mexican pressure exploded. Gallardo was captured in 1989 inside his luxurious home in Guadalajara. He didn't die in a gunfight. He died slowly in prison, his empire eaten alive by his own protégés. The empire he built became the monster that destroyed him. Amado Carrillo Fuentes, the Lord of the Skies. Amado Carrillo was a businessman in every sense, except his business was death and cocaine. He earned his title, the Lord of the Skies, by flying massive fleets of planes loaded with drugs. When he realized the DEA was closing in, Amado tried to change his face through plastic surgery. But something went wrong. In 1997, during the operation, he died on the table. The King of the Skies fell not in battle, but under anesthesia, a strange, almost peaceful death for one of history's most powerful smugglers. Power never lasts. Every cartel boss believed they were untouchable, kings of blood, fear, and fortune. Yet every one of them met the same end: betrayal, bullets, or the slow crawl of time. The drug war didn't end with them. It just changed faces. And maybe, somewhere out there, another king is already rising. If you want more stories like this, raw, dark, and brutally real, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and step into the underworld with us. One story at a time.